Good morning. Welcome along to this is session number 4 of these strength and balance classes. So we'll just get straight into things. We'll run through a range of exercises, a little bit in seated and then come up to standing. Use a few light dumbbells as well at some point, and just work through the whole body as best we can, stretching and strengthening. Okay, so we'll start in a seated position. And we're just going to start at the back of the chair, so you can shift your bottom, your weight to the back of the chair, and just rest your back, your spine against the back of the chair. And feel your feet on the ground as you do that as well. So just take a moment to stretch out those toes, and then just rest and settle your feet on the ground and your hands on your thighs. So again, lightly placing your palms of your hands and your fingers on your thighs. So then from there, you're just going to take a moment just to breathe in and gently breathe out. Again, no effort or no big trying in the breathing, just letting it happen and just taking a moment just to let your body settle and drop and relax. Just use that moment as well just to feel through your body, get a sense if there's any areas that feel tight or tense. And just working on relaxing and letting any tension and tightness go. And so we'll start from this position just by raising the head up so the eye line's looking straight ahead. And we're going to be relaxed through the shoulders, so we can give those arms just a gentle little shake. And then we're going to turn the head to the side. And then we roll the head the other way. So as you do that, you really want to think about lifting up through the chest bone so we stay really open in our posture. And the lower back is drawn into the back of the chair, so we're supporting our lower back as we turn the head. So again, you would just go as far as our range of movement allows. We don't need to achieve anything. There's no set outcome of how far you can turn your head. It's just where your body goes to. So a little hold each time you reach that end range. And then you turn the other way. Just a little pause and turn. Final one here. And then bring yourself looking forward. And then from there, we're going to be taking ourselves into a leg extension. So feet can be a little bit further forward, and about hip width apart. And all we're going to do is extend the leg here, up, down, and then the other side. Now I'm going to change my angle on this one so you can see. So this is warming up. If we were doing this just as a pure leg strength, we would focus on one leg and do all one leg, then the other. But we really just want to stretch out the back of the leg just with that movement. Little squeeze into the muscle so the knees are supported by the muscles around them by that little squeeze. Little pause and hold. And I want you to think about being tall and open in your chair with your back against the back of the chair. So you can lightly press your other foot into the ground as you bring that leg up. Okay, relax out of that. Shift your bottom weight forward. And I want to think about our posture in this position here. So if I'm exaggerating, I'm going to raise up through the chest bone. The crown of the head is drawn towards the ceiling. And then from this position here, I'm just holding that, and I'm going to take my hands to the side and then stretch and reach them up. So I want to engage those tummy muscles as I stretch and reach up. So keep that chest bone up, keep that crown of the head to the ceiling. And we want to draw this area in around that inner corset area. So belly button to spine. Then we're going to do the same movement. We're going to take our feet closer together as we do that movement and really stretch up again just to our range of movement, that end range that we have. Probably no further though than going up to the ears. If you can go further, you're able to, you can, but that's far enough. Engaging those tummy muscles, bringing the arms down, feet a little bit wider, and then from here we're going to lift up one and then the other. So again, we're tall and open through the chest, the crown of the head to the ceiling, and then we're lifting that leg up. So we're using these core muscles just nice and lightly, but they're working as we lift and lower. And we want to stay stable if we can. We can hold the chair if we need to, but if we're able, we're going to let go. And then we're going to change this up, and we're going to raise and extend in and down. Other side. Raise the knee, extend the leg. Keep that chest bone high. Keep that crown of the head to the ceiling. Again, hands can be on the chair, or you just have them really lightly placed on your thigh. So you're working through those muscles, stabilizing through the middle. Last one coming up. Excellent. And relax that down there. Good stuff. Okay, from here, final one before we come up to standing, is we're going to take our arms out in front, and all we do from here is take them wide, squeeze them back. Forward, squeeze them back. Focus on your breathing. Squeeze the shoulder blades together as you draw the elbows back, nice and wide with those arms, those elbows. Flowing movement. Last one here. Excellent. And down from there. Now tuck in those toes underneath the knees. We're going to come tall from here. So we're nice and long through the spine. We hinge at the hips, pushing down, bring ourselves up. So all the weight is going through those legs, and we're not using the arms if we're able to. Okay, I'm going to take my chair out of the way, though you can have it near if you need it. I'm just going to shake off those legs, and then I'll start off with my hands at my hips. I'm just going to do a little drop of the hips from left to right. Just dropping them off. Okay. And then from here, I'm going to take myself one foot in front of the other. And again, the hinges, folding at the hips, little pulses. So I'm keeping the chest bone high, I'm keeping the head high, and I'm just pushing down and up. So hinging at the hips. So what I do here is I get a little bit of a stretch into the back of this front leg by hinging. What we want to avoid is folding over. We don't want to turn the back into a cashew. We want to keep it long like an ironing board. Let's switch legs. Same thing. Other foot in front, getting yourself set, and then hinging forward and back. So hinging at the hips. So again, there's a stretch into the hamstring. We're folding over where my hands are. We're not folding over up here. We want to keep this chest high. We want to keep this head high. And that's great. And we'll finish on that one there. And then from here, I want you to roll the shoulders up and back and down, and then take one arm up and side stretch across. Let the other arm hang heavy, and then the other way, side stretch across. Little bit of bend in the knees, just so we're not rigid, not locking the legs out. Just a subtle bend as we go the other side. Excellent. And relax out of that there. Then from here, we're going to take ourselves just arms up and round and down. Again, I'll change my angle. So just arm circles up and round and down. And then we're going to add in a little bend up and round and down. Bottom back, hips back. So the knees don't come forward. We don't put pressure on the knees. Change my angle. So you'll see I'm pushing the hips and bottom back. Stretching round. Nice flowing movement. And last one there. And relax out of that. Give that a little shake off, little loosen off, another little roll of the shoulders, just to ease ourselves into that. And then from this position here, we're going to take ourselves into a little stretch of the calf muscle, so that's the lower leg, but we just want to hold that for a second or two. So the toes facing forward, we push our weight into the back heel, and then we lift the back heel, and we drop the back knee and get a little stretch into the hip. So we're not holding for very long at this stage because we're still warming up. But then we'll switch legs. Same on the other side. Stepping back, heel into the ground, toes facing forward, weight spread evenly, and then raise that back heel, drop that knee, and feel that stretch. So upper thigh, kind of hip flexor area. Hips are square as well, so we're not turning ourselves out. We want to keep that weight and that focus on the body in a line. Let's shake off those legs, give them a little loosen, and then from here, clasp the hands together, draw up, and then push down and away to stretch into the chest. So we're doing that, and at the same time, we're just going to fold forward a little bit. Again, keep that head up, keep that chest up, and relax back. One more time, raise up, and then push down and away, hinge at the hips, stretch, and up, and relax out of that. Okay, going to start to move our body a little bit more, beginning just by heel kicks. So heel kicks towards the bottom. Now what we want to try and avoid on this one is doing this sort of forward movement as we bring the heel. We want to bring that behind the body, even if we're only able to bring them up a little bit. But that's our movement, and we're doing heel kicks, warming up the back of the legs, but you'll feel the stretch through the thighs as well. And what we also want to avoid is this kind of outward rotation. It's straight behind, so like a flamingo standing on one leg, it's that kind of movement, the leg disappears on one side. And we can just tap our heel to hands if we want, and go a little faster if we're able. And then from there, we are then going to move into tapping out to the side. So we bring our foot out to the side and we tap the side of the heel. So it gets a little bit of activation through those glutes, so those buttock muscles on the side of the hip as well. Okay, then we change it up and we go inside. So tapped inside. Now you might not reach. It doesn't matter if you do or not. We want to avoid, again, folding over to do it. So keep your upper body tall as you bring those knees up. This is going to get the inside of the thighs warmed up. Tapping, keeping tall, looking ahead, and ease out of that into a little march, marching on the spot. So we want to start to get the blood flowing, get the breathing going a little bit, but not too much. Just getting ourselves up, and then we're going to activate these hip flexors by marching big knees, high knees, up and up, lifting high, keeping tall, strong through the middle, eyes looking straight ahead. How's your breathing? Nice and flowing with the movement, lifting one side then the other. You'll start to get tired in those hip flexors. It might start to feel like that. I'm going to go for another 10 seconds. We're going to exaggerate those arms for that last 10 seconds. 2 and 1, and relax out of that there. Shake off those legs. Roll those shoulders, and then take ourselves into side steps. Stepping across the body. Now we can do this as big steps, or we can do it smaller. You set your pace of how vigorous it is. We're still warming up, getting the body moving. Find a level that feels good for you. Keep that chest bone high, shoulders down, eye line straight ahead. As we go. And we're going to see if we can step big steps across. Now I'm nice and light on the feet as well here. Want to be light, moving nimbly, adjusting. Across we go. Excellent. And then bring that smaller steps. And we're going to go really small steps but fast. So adjusting the feet. Little quick adjustments. Stepping. Stepping. If you need to look down for your confidence, you can do, but then try and bring that head up. where your body is in space. 3, 2, and 1. Well done, walking that out. And then from here, we tap to the side. So we bring feet together, then tap out. And as we do that, we're going to reach across, slightly up. Reach across. Tap and reach. Tap and reach. And bring the arms higher. And then, if we can, right across by our ears. Stretching out. Really good stretch through that inside, off the arms, down the back muscles. Don't overdo it. We don't want to pull anything there. Find your pace. Stretch and reach. Tap and go. 3, 2, and 1. Well done. Back into a walk. Just walking on the spot, lifting those feet. Nice and light on the feet. Then we're taking ourselves here, we're going to step forward and back. But I want you to think about lifting those feet up and over like you're stepping over a little log on the ground. Step and step. Now I'm leading with my left. I'm going to change. I'm going to lead with my right. Step and step. Lifting. Now as we lift, and although we need to maybe feel that confidence, we want to keep the head up. Try to look down just with the eyes if you need to look down. But if you're confident, look straight ahead. Again, step and step. Up and over. Imaginary little log on the ground. Little barrier we're stepping over. And 3, 2, and 1. Well done. Keeping going, moving the body, walking on the spot. And then from here we're going to go back to our marching. This time we're going to emphasize all one leg on a lift. We're going to lift up and down, up and down. So lifting up that knee, up and down, up and down. Okay, lifting up, lowering down. Okay, just got a little bit of background noise, so just if you can put yourself on mute if you just come in, just to make sure we don't have too much interference coming through. That's great. Lifting up, so we're lifting that knee, we're going to switch sides now and do the other side, up and down. So this is getting used to getting these knees high, getting these legs high, so it's then very easy when we move around to move those and lift those knees and feet. Up and down, up. And how's your breathing? Keeping that going, keeping that flowing. Next one we're going to do, so we bring that down, final one, is we're going to take ourselves from here completely to a stop for a second and just let the weight drop into the feet. So a bit of bend in the knees. We're going to bring our feet quite close together and we go down and up. Simple movement, down and up. So the bottom's back, the knees don't come forward. And then from here, as we come up, we take our leg to the side and then the other side. Up and up. Now the toes stay facing forward. We're kind of springing up, opening the body, keep that belly button to spine. Now if you're feeling strong on this, you can add the arms in. Up and up, which makes it quite a little bit harder, more vigorous. It's quite strong for the legs anyway, you'll feel them working now. So if it's too much, make the movement smaller or stop any time you need a rest. Up and up, up. Excellent. How's the breathing? 5 seconds to go. And last one there. Well done. Walk it out. Fantastic. Keep that body moving. We're going to go into double side steps now. So we're going to step and step, reach, step, step, reach. So we're just going to keep the body tall as we side reach down. Nice flowing movements. Excellent. See, we're adjusting the feet want to stay light on the feet, and we want to lift the feet with the movement. So if you're on a carpet or even on a hard floor, we're not allowing ourselves the chance to catch our feet because we're lifting them. And we can make this movement bigger, more vigorous, or easier if it's too much. Find that level for you. 10 more seconds. Very good. How's the breathing? Last one here. And relax out of that. Little walk on the spot. Shake off those legs. Into side step, just to cool down from this. Let the breathing settle. Feel how you are through the body after that. Worked a lot around the hips. And the knees and the ankles have all been worked and strengthened in a lot of that sideways movement as well. Okay, shake off those legs. Let's take ourselves into some balancing exercises. So you might want the chair here for this one. If you feel you need to, you can have a drink at any time. You want to just grab a sip. But we'll start off with our weight here, and we're just going to do a hip extension. So we use the chair as much or as little as we need. We'll just make sure that we're going to drop the weight to one leg, that knee is slightly bent, and we extend the other leg back. I'll change my angle so I'm here and holding that position there. Now I've got the chair, or if I can, I'm doing that freestand balancing. If I'm feeling confident, I can bring myself a little bit further. Again, slowly back up. And we'll switch to the other side. Same thing, extending that hip behind. I've got the chair if I need it. Drop the weight to that standing foot. Again, how far you go is up to you. And then you bring yourself back up tall. Excellent. Shake off those legs. Give them a loosen. We do that one more time. First leg. And we can clock if one side's different to the other, if one side feels easier or harder, as we bring the other side up. And we really want to extend the leg back behind. So it's fairly straight. And bringing it down. Other side. Fairly straight leg. Again, chairs there if you need it, or back of the sofa, or bench top, or table, whatever you've got that you want to use for that extra balance support as you need it. Okay, ease out of that. Again, you've still got the chair there if you need it. We're going to go into some toe raises and walking. So all we're going to do is come up on the toes and walk forward. So if you've got the back of the sofa or even the wall to walk along on this one, I'll go slightly at an angle so you can see my movement here. I'm going to take little steps forward, and then if I'm confident after about 8 steps, I'm going to go back the way. Little steps up on the toes. Take a little rest, and then we repeat that. So again, if you want the wall to go along on that, please use the wall. Up and step, little steps. And back the way. Excellent. And ease out of that. Shake and loosen that off. Okay, next one is one we've done most weeks so far. It's a little reaction exercise. We're going to have 6 different movements. You just have to mirror what I do. So I'm going to do one of 6 things, either forward with this leg, or forward with the other leg when you're just mirroring, or back with one leg, or back with the other leg, again just mirroring, or to the side, so you do this side, or to that side. So that's 6 movements. You just got to copy whichever one I do. I'll start slowly and I'll build it up a little bit. So beginning, you're just copying all the way through. So just don't think about it too much. Don't worry if you get it wrong. You just copy the movement. It's a reaction test, so it gets the brain thinking. It's a cognitive function with a physical element there. The last couple, a little bit quicker. And we'll stop there. Well done. Okay, that may have been tricky, it may have been easy, everyone will be different, but it gets the brain and the body connected up, gets you moving, just challenges those reactions a little bit. Okay, last little one we're going to do for balance. Now you can do this at the wall if you need to, and just have a hold, or on the chair. And what we're going to do here is we're going to take one knee up, and if we can, we just lift and down, or if we're able, we'll try them both, as we come up and we're going to hug that knee in. So that's our movement, and we've got the wall or a chair if we want that extra bit of balance on this. But essentially you're coming up, and if you're able, you're going to hug in, and if you need the chair anytime, you've got it close by. I'll move slightly away there from it. But that's our movement. If it's just up and down like so, that's fine as well. But if you're feeling strong and confident, you take that up, is my own balance, and you hold that up there. Excellent, and bring that down. Okay, 20 more seconds of this. Again, just at your own pace. There's no set pace you have to do it at. We're practicing maintaining our balance. We want to get these muscles in the buttocks, they're stabilizing through this movement, especially the upper area. So you just want to feel like they're firing, and you're dropping the weight to the standing foot. Making the next one you do your last one. Excellent. And down. I think I was getting wobblier as I went there. Okay, we're going to take our chair next. And from here, we're going to do a little simple sit to stand, which we've been practicing each week so far. So again, this is really just to get you thinking about using the legs when we stand rather than the arms. So we're not dominating with our arms and letting our legs lose their strength. It's all about using these muscles to maintain them and making sure that you're aware of how you move. So I've moved myself to the fairly far forward in the chair, about the front third, which means the hamstrings are free of the chair. I just want to take a moment and sit, gently breathe, and lengthen through my spine. And then from there, I'm going to make sure my toes are tucked under my knees. So my toes are just behind or just level with my knees. I'm tall from that lengthening I've done already. I lean forward, pressing down to push my weight into the thighs and bring myself tall. And then I'm repeating that movement back, bottom back, down in the chair. So we go a little bit stronger on the up and down slowly. Stronger on the up, down slowly. Push your weight into your feet to stand tall. If you do need your hands to help, just push them on your thighs. Or if you need your chair arms, if you've got chair arms, you can push down a little. But the aim is to make the predominant amount of work being done by the legs. Up and down. We can make this harder for those who wish by crossing our arms. But I want to make sure you don't feel pressure in your lower back. So if you feel more pressure by doing that, then just stick to the arm, helping a little bit leverage with the movement. Up and down. Breathing relaxed. Nice and flowing with the movements. Excellent. And last two. You hopefully feel those legs working, but you're still able, you could practice that more. We're going to finish in standing here. I'm going to move my chair slightly out of the way, though you can have it close if you need it. Again, work for what you need. I'm going to grab my dumbbells. If you don't have dumbbells, you can use water bottles or tinned vegetables, canned fruit, whatever it might be. Okay, so I'm going to start here. I'm going to begin by doing a very simple lateral arm raise. So that's side arm raise. So my palms are facing in towards the side of my legs. A little bit of bend in the knees. My chest bone is high. And then I'm going to gently breathe in as I come up and down. Now you don't need to focus too much on breathing. as you come up or down in a certain way. Just make sure you stay relaxed with your breath. Breathing through the nose if you can. Stay tall through the body. You want to feel the side of the arms, the side of the shoulders working here. That's the muscles that we're aiming for. Now you do the same movement, whether it's up there or high, it's going to be the same muscles working. So the bigger movements, smaller movements, still the same muscles. Excellent. Okay, 2 more. Now, depending on your weight, you may find you could do lots and lots more. So if you're able to get more weights, if you find you need it, and obviously the same applies in reverse as we put the weight down. If it's too much, then just take a lighter weight. I'm going to come to the back of my chair or your sofa or bench top, and we're going to do a hip extension here. So we did that balancing hip extension, but this time we're going to keep our body upright so we're not leaning forward with the movement. I'm going to do all one side. So I'm going to start on my left, the one closest to you, and I'm just going to drop the weight into the standing leg, the other leg, with a slight bend in the knee as I bring that leg back. Now I'm not leaning forward, I want to keep upright. The extension is at the hip here, and the muscles working are the buttocks and hamstrings. So the back of the leg. I pause and hold, and then I bring it down. And I'm just repeating that movement. Now if you feel pain or discomfort in the lower back on this, I want you to really think about pulling that belly button to spine. So that's going to take the pressure off your lower back and engage those other muscles more. It's really, if we feel twinges there, we just need to correct our form. Because there should be an engagement through this corset area, this midsection, which would take any pressure away from the spine. Tall as well, crown of the head to the ceiling as we extend back. And remember to bend that standing knee slightly there as well. Okay, 1 more on this side. I can feel my other leg, the standing leg, working quite hard on this one. So a lot of stabilizing goes on in the movement. And then we switch sides. So other side, same thing. I'm tall, I'm not leaning forward. I'm going to extend back behind. Again, belly button to spine to support this lower back. We're holding the chair because it's a strength exercise. We're not worried about balance on this one. This is purely to gain strength in those legs. Back we go. Stand and hold there. Down and then again. Back we go. I can feel those buttocks and hamstrings working. Gently drawing belly button to spine. Focus on the breathing, crown of the head to the ceiling. And I go for 2 more here. I can also think about pushing my heel down and then back and then up. So I push it down and away and up. So I really lengthen that leg and work into those back of the leg muscles. Final one. Standing back. Excellent. Relax and shake and loosen that off. Give those shoulders a roll. And then from here, we're going to go back to our dumbbells. And we're going to do that lateral arm raise 2nd time. So twice through. So from here, I'll just move my chair slightly so it's not in the way. So up tall, chest up high, knees soft, crown of the head to the ceiling, raise the arms up, slowly down. I like to say about 2 seconds up, 2 seconds down, though the down may be slightly slower than 2 seconds. How's your breathing? Are you managing to stay relaxed through the shoulders as you do this? We want to avoid any scrunching up. That's going to put real pressure on our upper traps, those back of the shoulder muscles and the neck, so we relax the shoulders down. Again, I'll just keep you to check in with your breathing, just to keep aware of how you feel through the body as we move. Is it more difficult than first time through? Is it about the same, or do you find it harder? It may well be harder if you're working a heavy enough weight. challenging those muscles. Maybe go for 3 more. And last one here. Excellent, well done. Okay, let's put that weight down and bring ourselves back for second time through with that leg extension, second and last time. Okay, so we know the form, we want to be tall, knees not locked, and then pushing back and away. Tummy in, so lower back supported. Pausing and holding, we'll do 6 each side this time. And down, holding about 5 seconds if we can. Always brace the core gently before each movement. Great stuff. Again, keep tall. I may have even leaned a little bit there, but just want to watch that lean. This is number 4. Number 5 coming up. I warn you, my counting is normally terrible, but I should be able to make it to 6. Okay, last one on this side. We want to feel we're working in the back of the leg muscles. Again, if there's any pain or discomfort in the lower back, really draw up and in with those deep core muscles, belly button to spine, just to support you in that movement. Down and up. Good stuff. We'll do 2 more. Keep thinking, belly button to spine. Support that body. You'll feel the difference, how it takes the pressure off the lower back. And 1 for luck. Excellent, well done. Shake and loosen. So you should feel a nice warming in the back of those legs on that one. And just gets those muscles activated. We're going to come to the wall next. So we're going to do a little wall slide exercise. So you want to have your feet against the wall, your bottom against the wall, and your shoulders against the wall. Now, if you can't see the screen from the wall you got to use, then basically this is your movement. So we're in this position, it's like surrender, and we're going to take our arms up and back down, keeping ourselves on the wall. Now, if we need to bring our arms forward a bit to do this, then that's fine. We just work with where we need to be. But that's the movement, sliding up and down. Again, if you need to be further away from wall just for a little bit of support, then that'll be fine too. But we're activating on this the rhomboids, which is the mid-back muscles. So as we go through this movement, we're getting them working. Up and down, sliding and lowering. Excellent. So if you don't have a great wall space, you can just do this standing without being against the wall and then practice it afterwards with a wall. Just ease yourself out of that there. Don't worry if you've just taken time to set yourself up at the wall. I'm going to do the next 2 exercises staying at the wall anyway. I can't really show this one side on, but basically I'm going to have myself in this position so my elbows are leaning against the wall and I step myself slightly away from the wall. So if I show you there, I'm kind of around about a foot away from the wall. Now, what I'm doing here is scapular wall hold, which basically means I push my elbows and back of the arms into the wall and take my back off the wall. I'm going to hold it there for a second or 2 and then relax it back. So I push off the wall, hold it there, and then relax back. Now I can take my feet closer if you need to make it easier, or I can take my feet further away if I want to make it more challenging. As I push off the wall, pause and hold, and then bring it back. So again, just your feet to where you need to be. Push away, pause and hold, bring it back. 2 more, push away. You want to hold it there, but not your breath, just the position with your arms. Isometric exercise, so it means you're holding a position and then push away last time. Remember to breathe and relax out of that. Fantastic. Now, as we're at the wall, I did promise we'd use it for those who had to move. So we'll take ourselves into wall press. So I'm going to take my hands on the wall. Easier is wider arms. about shoulder width height, or harder, closer together. Easier also, elbows pressing out, harder, elbows close in. So the hardest you could do is hands almost touching and elbows close in, or you can go somewhere in between, wider stance. And we hinge at the ankles as we do this movement. So the rest of the body stays in one long line, crown of the head to the ceiling, hinging forward, pushing our hands into the wall to bring ourselves back off the wall. This is working the chest muscles, the pectoral muscles they're called, and also the shoulders, the front of the shoulders, as well as the bicep and triceps. Again, you can play around narrower elbow position, slightly lower hands. You can see a few ranges of positions as long as you feel supported in the shoulders, and you just want to make sure you stay open through the chest on the movement and open through the shoulders. So one you can practice anytime, and you can do it, you can make it harder, obviously stepping further away from the wall, or even doing it with a lower down bench or sofa as your position. Okay, let's relax out of that, ease out of that one. And as we're at the wall, we'll just do a stretch on the wall at this point as well. So we're going to take our hands up above our heads and step our feet back and just lean in there. So a little bit bend in the knees, and we get a stretch here between the shoulder blades and down underneath the armpits as well. Keep the back of the neck long, keep the shoulders down and relaxed. Really important to drop the shoulders down, shoulder blades are dropped down, and focus on your breathing. Slowly bring your hands down the wall, and we'll ease out of that one, and we're going to come to our chair for the last stretch. So take yourself to your chair, and again sit down in your chair using that leg strength. And we'll take ourselves forward in the chair. Let me change my angle. And from here, we're going to just lift one knee across, and we're going to either hug it in or push it down as we sit tall to stretch into the glutes around the hip joint. Nice and relaxed, breathing gentle. Think about that really open posture you've maintained through the session as you stretch here. And we'll do the other side, be the last stretch we have time for. So we're going to sit tall as we stretch. And feel that stretching. And breathing with it, relaxing through the out-breath. And you can hold that stretch or those stretches for longer and add in any other stretches, but we'll officially finish off there for today. Thank you very much, and we'll see you for the next session.